Yeah, okay. I guess I'll take that. The other big game last night, of course, was Jason Terry's team getting pretty much throttled by the Lakers. They never really the Lakers got control of that game and kept in control in large part because Ramon Sessions was 7 for 8 or 7 for 8 from the field, 17 points, 7 assists, which brings us to our Take the Bacon. You and I got in a little tiff via Twitter about whether or not Sessions is really going to be a big difference maker for the Lakers. I don't have the graphic today, so take the bacon. Zach, why is Sessions not going to matter?
He was a very good backup point guard. I think you put in, that's his role right now. I think eventually he's going to be starting for the Lakers, but as a backup point guard, he's a pretty good change of pace guy. Here's the problem. He can't really shoot. I don't buy the first 2 months of this season outweighing the previous 3 or 4 years of his career. He can't shoot from long range. He can get to the basket, but in the playoffs, everything gets packed in. And so when everyone is challenging in the paint, where's his effectiveness? He's going to pull up off the dribble and hit a jumper? No. Can he defend? No, he can't defend at all. I mean, he's as bad as Derek Fisher was. It's just when you get him the ball, he can push it up the floor. So he's not a bad player. He's just not a difference maker for this Lakers team. They need a backup big man that isn't Troy Murphy. They need a shooter on the wing that isn't Matt Barnes. That's what they need more than a change of pace point guard.
Well, they do have a new backup big man wearing number 27, classic big man number, Jordan Hill. But here's my thing with Sessions is that the Lakers' real problems, I think, this year are going to be offensive and whether or not they can score when they need to, not necessarily whether they can get stops when they need to. I think their defense is pretty reliable, and I think that the big men are going to be a bigger factor, like whether or not, I mean, there's no protecting Bynum against Chris Paul. You know, I mean, there's no point guard defender who's going to be able to do that. I think Sessions just gives them someone who can get easy points in transition and who is at least a threat to do something, anything. I don't think Sessions is a brilliant player. I think last night is not going to be the norm where he just basically does whatever he wants. And Lakers fans probably need to pump the brakes a little bit. But he is so much better than Derek Fisher and so much better than Steve Blake. And Kobe Bryant and Andrew Bynum and Pau Gasol are so good already. You don't have to be a great player to play great off of those three guys.
For sure. And I think with him, the biggest difference they need is in crunch time. Derek Fisher was the spot-up shooter in crunch time, except he can't shoot anymore. So, that was a problem for them that they couldn't spread the floor because Kobe's going to handle the ball. It's not like Sessions is going to set Kobe up. He's going to handle the ball, when it comes down to the game on the line, and he's going to dictate what happens. And when you have a passing point guard who is great at getting into the lane and making things happen, how does that happen if Kobe already has the ball? That's my thing. That's where I don't think he's going to be a big difference maker, is because games are still going to come down to the final minutes, and why would he even be a factor then? We had a really brilliant writer who's just joined a new team who has recently said how little Derek Fisher does for the league, and they need him to be what Derek Fisher used to be, even though he wasn't even good back then.
Right. Well, perhaps, but I also think that, points early in the game still count, and also you can't discount the stress he's going to put on opposing point guards, which is basically something that Russell Westbrook, Tony Parker, these guys basically got a free pass on defense and didn't have to do anything for an entire game. And now they're going to be running into more screens. They're going to be stressed that way, taxed throughout more of the game. So I think that that's also a fringe, or shall I say, in Tony Parker's case, French benefit.
Oh, Jesus. Ethan, we can't hear you.
Classic Ethan. We try to bring Ethan in to do the bacon, and he just blows.
Old Ethan Strauss.
Oh, there he is.
Hello,
Ethan,
hello.
same as ever.
Hello. There I am. Man, it really, it totally edited out a very dirty Brent Berry joke after you went on with your little pun there. Based on that, you know what? I could have gone either way with it. I could have ruled against Beckley for using such a term, but you know what? I had to go for the functional argument here, and I had to look at how Zach excoriates Sessions for his lack of shooting without insulating himself from any sort of anti-Ricky Rubio jab that could have followed. I'm sorry, Zach. I know it's a very sensitive topic for you on account of the injury, but really, you left yourself open there, and you can't knock point guards for a poor shot. What with Ricky's shaky jumper this year, so it goes to Beckley. He gets the bacon.
I take back everything I said.
I appreciate
about a
it.
Smart writer saying Derek Fisher was not good.
Sense.
Derek Fisher was so clutch, and I want you to count every ring he has.
1, 2,
every
3,
ring,
4, 5.
all of them.
All
It's
right,
a lot
Ethan.
of effort, guys. I don't know about that.